Sky Blue Fans TV. For the fans, by the fans.
In front of him, and he's beaten it.
Cross, and Dini had a bonus.
Hello, very good evening to you. My name's Ken Stewart. Welcome to another edition of Sky Blue Fans TV. We're going to talk a little bit about Stoke City, a 1-0 win away at the Bet365 Stadium. 4 points in a week. That's not too bad after the point we got at Plymouth during the week. And we're going to talk about the team selection and other bits and bobs. And I've obviously got other things to talk about, as well as Preston coming up on Friday evening. Right, we've got 3 guests tonight. Got Claudio joining us in a little bit. He's running a little bit late. He'll link up with us in a minute or two. Let's bring in Milesy. Good evening, Milesy, our regular.
Good evening. I thought I'd wear the lucky third kit tonight. Yeah.
I wonder why you're wearing your green kit tonight. Yeah, I was about to say.
Lucky third kit, mate.
Yeah, I don't think it was quite lucky for. I don't think we've lost in that, have we? When we played in it so far?
I don't. No, because we didn't wear it at Norwich. So yeah, I think you're right. I don't think we've lost in the game.
I'm sure someone will correct us if we're wrong, but I don't think we've lost so far. All good, yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. Very, very good weekend. I've done nothing all weekend. I watched 3 games of football yesterday. Fixed me outside light today. I've been playing with my new toy today in my bar, my new mixing desk and everything. Yeah, it's been good. It's been very good.
Good. All set up for the DJ. Yeah, DJ stuff. Right, let's bring a couple more guests. We've got Wayne Littlewood. Good evening, Wayne.
Evening, Ken. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. Thank you very much. You're a regular commenting normally. He decided to join us live so we can see what he looks like. That's it now. You know what you look like.
God knows what the chat's going to be later.
How are you?
I like his background. I think his background's it's like he's got like white walls behind him. It's good.
I think they're blind. Are they blind? You've got them?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
I thought they are. Yeah. How are you, mate?
Sky blue and white stripes, Wayne. Sky blue and white.
I was going to hang a T-shirt from the blinds, but then I'd be accused of being a Cough fan.
Oh yes, you would. Yeah, you won't want that. You won't want that on here.
Would have bought my Villa shirt.
Right, Jack, another regular to the show, comes on now and again when he feels like it. How are you, mate?
Hello. Part-timer, yeah, I know. Doing all right. How are you boys?
I'm not too bad, mate. Thank you. He had the pleasure of being on the same coach as me down to the long journey down to Plymouth on Wednesday evening. Didn't take you long to have a little kit, did it?
No, I've conked out immediately, but I'll tell you what, never again. I woke up and my neck, I was killing because I was slouched up against the window like that. Oh my! We've got a really, really funny picture of me hood up and I'm there just dozing off.
Yeah, so I do remember that picture.
To stop that, Jack, you should have laid your head on the girl that was sat with you. What was her name?
Ollie, yeah. I don't know.
Again? Yeah.
Oh no. I don't know about that one. I don't know.
He's got all embarrassed.
It was Valentine's Day after all, wasn't it? So you have to take us somewhere. Of course.
Priorities.
Right. Anyway, let's get talking because we've got a lot to get through. We're going to talk about obviously our narrow victory at Stoke. Not a great game, but it's 3 points in the bag and a clean sheet. Miles, what do you think? I mean, you were at home watching it, weren't you? What was your view at home watching it?
It was hard work. Oh, my word, it was hard work watching that yesterday. Christ almighty. It was, I mean, you knew they had a bad travel on Wednesday. You knew it. You could tell on Saturday they were very leggy. You could tell we were leggy. We were sort of giving the ball away in soft places, and they definitely had been through the mill this week, because especially with the Millwall game being moved to the Sunday as well, early kickoff, you could tell that it really took its toll this week. And I think it doesn't help that we've got the 2 injuries in midfield, so you couldn't really change much in the middle. So it's sort of definitely you could tell that they'd really, really been struggling over the last couple of days. I know that if it was me travelling, getting back 3-4 o'clock in the morning, I'll be done in now still. So fair play to the lads. They went out there, they dug in. We should have been 1-0 up really early on, shouldn't we? I don't know how it went in.
I'm not quite sure how
I thought it hit the post at first, but it didn't. It come off the defender, then hit the post. So I think it was Michael Rose that dived in at it, and it just rebounded off him, hit the post, and come back out. And any other day, it's probably gone off the post and into the back of the net, And then there was another one where Michael Rose knocked it wide in the first half, and just like Bobby Thomas did on Wednesday night, he stuck his leg in the way, and unfortunately it went in the net. And that could have happened with Michael Rose on Saturday as well in the first half. But fair play to the boys. I mean, to get 7 points from these 3 games within a space of 6 days, absolutely fantastic achievement. And we'll come on to the second half later, but you could tell we were tired even in the first half. Definitely.
What did you think of the selection? Because there's a few eyebrows raised when Ben Wilson got recalled, wasn't there?
I love Ben, so I'll take Ben all day long. I prefer Ben over Collins, to be honest with you. A lot of people disagree, but I prefer Ben over Collins. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure on Collins, to be honest with you. I'm still on the fence with that one. But brought Ben back in, did a good job. He didn't have much to do, to be honest with you, but he did the job when he needed to, and kept a clean sheet. I thought Tavares didn't grab his opportunity. He had an opportunity there on Saturday to really grab that opportunity and say to Robbins, "Look at me, I'm here. I'm the person for this role." I think we missed Sakamoto, definitely missed Sakamoto, but he's obviously not been very well, has he? So, it's one of those. But it was a strange team selection, but it's what he had to do, isn't it? He had to change it because of all the travelling, and fair play to Mark Robbins. And if you scrape it 1-0 like we did, happy days, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's got to rotate it, because I say there's a lot of games coming thick and fast, aren't there? So people don't understand. Even Thor come off at half time. He had a knock, didn't he? And we missed him second half. But obviously he's protecting him. He took a knock. He didn't want to take any more risks, so he brought him off at time, which was good. I think that's good management.
I think taking Torp off, like you just said, is good management. And I think that Mark Robbins knew that we could get a result. So I think he could risk taking him off, and you don't want to risk him going into these next 2 games. It's like he said after the game, he wants to win the FA Cup game. He said he wants to win that FA Cup game, but his priority is Preston, obviously, because it's the league. So he's going to have to make a few changes, but do you know what? He did the right thing. You can't risk it. We've only got 2 proper midfielders really at the moment with Eccles and Torp. So he did the right thing, and I think he knew that we could come away with something anyway. So it was tough, but exactly.
We did lose in our third kit. We lost to Ipswich. So Tony from Radio, we were there, so we should remember that. Well,
that's true.
He got a missed penalty, didn't he? So we should have got a point. But anyway, good evening, Wayne.
Evening,
mate. What was your thoughts on the game? Were you watching it at home?
Yeah, I watched it at home.
What was your thoughts on the selection? How about your selection? Were you surprised at some of the changes he made, or did you expect?
Yeah, I was surprised with obviously Wilson coming in, but I think with our, both Wilson and Collins, I don't really think we have, say, a number one. I think they're both on par, those keepers. I think we're crying out for a number one, and I think those 2 keepers are good backups. I don't think anything special. I know Wilson obviously got Golden Glove last year, but I think the defence in front of him were also a strong reason for that as well. The selection did stun me a little bit, and I thought the introduction of Tavares was interesting, especially ahead of Godden. I know Godden's not shining at the moment, but I've always maintained that Tavares should go out on loan for games. I don't think he is championship quality. I know you could look at the worldie he scored against Preston, and had opportunity. I think he had a couple of starts after that, but I just don't think he's done enough to be in that team. And I think he needs to go out on loan and get a lot of experience before he can obviously come back and try this level again.
Yeah. I mean, Tavares, I think the jury's still out on him. We haven't seen a lot of him, have we? That's his first full game he's played for us for quite a while, I think. I think since he got injured against Wrexham, weren't it, back in the FA Cup last year? Yeah. And he had a bad injury, didn't he? So potential's there, but I mean, as you say, I was surprised he didn't go out on myself. But maybe.
Yeah, I mean, potential is there, but again, I thought, as Marzi said earlier, I thought yesterday he would have, kind of grabbed the bull by the horns. Didn't he? I think he had a half decent opening 20 minutes, and then after that, just seemed to just fade, just disappear. Yeah. I think, a lot of the team did anyway. I think Thomas at the back had a great game. I thought Sims was probably the best game I've watched Sims play. I know O'Hare was his usual self, running around everywhere, getting frustrated with a lot of the team, because I don't think the midfield seemed to be on the same wavelength as his football brain. He got frustrated with Wright a couple of times with his lack of movement. But I think it was overall, it's a sign of a good team when, we've had 3 or 4 games now where we've not played well at all.
Yeah.
But come away with points. And that's something that we're not used to over the years. Usually we play bad, we lose, but we're in a position now where we seem to grind out results even when we're not playing well.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. Jack, what's your views on the selection to start with? Were you surprised?
To be honest, yes, because Robbins normally doesn't like to swap his keepers about. He does after a few games of the keepers making obvious errors. With Wilson got swapped out because he was spilling the ball and his mental went. When we've seen him play during the FA Cup matches, I was again skeptical on whether he was still the same Ben Wilson that we saw last season. And because of his performances this season, it does make you realise how good the backline was and how influential that backline probably was in getting him the Golden Glove. So I was surprised seeing him come in, because I personally thought, a bit like Simon Moore, when he got replaced, his mental went, and being a keeper is all about confidence. And I can see why Robbins has swapped out the keepers, because Collins's distribution has not been to par. But it depends what you want from a keeper. Do you want a keeper which is a shot stopper and is less likely to spill a ball, or do you want a keeper which is lacking in confidence? Well, was lacking in confidence. This clean sheet has hopefully done him a world of good, and has better distribution. So I can see why he has potentially done it. Maybe he's had a falling out with Brad Collins. We don't know. We also know that there is illness in the camp. Maybe Collins was ill. Maybe we're overthinking it. Maybe we're thinking it's a performance change, but maybe it's just illness.
Well, I think Robin's come out in one of the interviews and said, the question was asked about the keeper, and he said, look, we've got two number one keepers at the club, not one. So he says, I make a decision on whatever game I feel fit that keeper will play in. So he obviously rates both of them. So, but has he said that just because we won, and it's the good cocky thing to say to the press?
You know, because maybe he's playing a mind game for the FA Cup for Preston. You know, it gives other teams more players to think about. Is he going to play Wilson? What are Wilson's weak points? Like how can a team utilize that? Crowd the box, hope he spills the ball, puts it in. What is Brad Collins's weak points? Distribution, maybe win the ball from a bad distribution, quick break, pop in a goal. Like it makes teams think more. Maybe that's why he's publicly said it. Just theorizing.
Possibility, mate. Yeah. Okay. Claudio, good evening. Thanks for
Good evening.
I know you got here eventually.
Just had me late Valentine's Day. Went to see a film about the Nazi commandant of Auschwitz. There you are. That's what I like to spend my
Sunday evenings.
Yes. I don't know why I'm laughing. It wasn't funny.
I'd rather go see Bob Marley.
Anyway, look. What about the game on Saturday? What were you at home watching it? What was your thoughts on first the selection and the first?
Well, we said during the week that we always get flummoxed by Robbins, don't we? We always think we know what he's going to pick, and then he picks something completely different. No one expected 6 changes. There's no way anybody watching
No,
that game
I was shocked.
would have picked that team, would they really? Especially the keeper for a start. I mean, I posted on social media, you know, we don't need to play well to win it. That's good to see. But that's because, I mean, normally when you win a game 1-0 against a team and you've not played very well, it's the chances are the team you're playing against aren't particularly good. And Stoke are not very good, are they? They are poor. As the Stoke fans said, they've won 1 game at home since October, I think is what he said.
Yeah.
And really, we should have probably done better against that team. I think it should, you know, we had the chance early on, didn't we, with Callum? That should have gone in.
Yeah, a bit of a ping pong in the box, wasn't it? And he should have scored.
He should bury it. He should bury that. If that was Sims or Haji Wright, social media would have had a meltdown, wouldn't they? Simple, because it was Callum. Hardly anything was said. We needed. I mean, that was a great. In the end, it was a great win. We know it's a great win, but I feel that performance against a team above us. You know, if we play like that at West Brom, we'll lose. Simple as that.
Yeah.
We've got to be stronger. The trouble is, we're running out of midfielders. You know, I mean, I know we were kind of saying the transfer market hasn't been too bad. We got some players in, but my word, you know, it's just like you feel like key players are being lost. And I hope Torp isn't serious. He's just come in. He looks great. It's just bad news if he's injured.
Yeah, he's got a knock apparently. I don't know how bad it is. Hopefully, it's not too bad. But you know, we can do without any more, especially midfielders.
But you know, like I said, it wasn't a great performance, but the 3 points are invaluable, aren't they, at this stage of the season? And it's, I mean, I cannot believe we're in the top 6, to be honest, because it's been a long haul, hasn't it? And it's similar to the end of last season, isn't it? Where you're just thinking we need something from this game, because if you don't, those 2 points are critical, aren't they? If you drop, I was looking at the table thinking you may never catch those 2 points up again.
Yeah, that point at Plymouth on Wednesday night was massive as well, because Sunderland losing, it keeps us above them, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I saw Sunderland were 1 up. I thought, oh, come on, Blues, do us a favour, and of course they did. But that's how desperate it is now, isn't it? It's so close. I fear Hull City. That's the team because they made some good signings in the in January. They signed some. I mean, Cavallo, Philogene. These are good players, good attacking players. And the guy's got money to spend, hasn't he? The Hull City chairman is desperate to go up. If they don't go up, they're in trouble financially. So
yeah, they've certainly gone for it, haven't they? Hull have been very active in the window. So yeah, it's interesting. I think you're right. I think they are going to be one of those teams who are going to be there or thereabouts.
And we're playing them, aren't we? We've got them at home. We've got some serious games at home coming up, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got some good games at home. I said we played a lot of the top teams already, haven't we? Where we've got to play
goodbye to Saturdays, basically.
Yeah,
we'll all be shopping on Saturdays with the wives.
Well, if we win the FA Cup game, I don't think we're going to have another Saturday League game.
No, I'll be very sure.
That's it. All gone. All out the window. So I was talking to Robin about it the other day. I went round on Friday, and we were saying that I don't think we're going to get another Saturday home game. I just can't see it myself. Literally cannot see it because we are doing so well. And if we beat Preston and results go our way on the Saturday, we've really cemented ourselves into them playoff positions, especially if West Brom slip up as well. And we'd be above West Brom going into the West Brom game, above them again. Just like last season, we were above them when we went there, but they beat us, didn't they? But it just literally, I can't see it. I can't see us playing another Saturday home game. I just can't see it coming from anywhere. Right. Because the Sky are going to want it, isn't they? Because we've still got Ipswich, we've still got Leeds to play, we've got Hull to play, like you said. They're going to want those games on telly, aren't they? Because we're all in the mix. So they're going to want that on TV. They're going to want it big style. And
it's got to be the fewest Saturday games we've ever had, hasn't it? In a season, this has.
Yeah. I mean, we might be lucky. Saturday morning, they might move to a Saturday morning kickoff. 12 o'clock or something. We're lucky that way. Maybe that's the only way we're going to play on a Saturday. I think if we play like early kickoff.
Yeah, maybe.
But apart from that.
I mean, they're going to want Leeds against us. They're going to want Ipswich against us. They're definitely going to want Hull against us, aren't they, on the telly? They're going to.
Without a doubt.
We're all in there. So, I can't see it. I can't see us doing another Saturday unless, as you say, they move it to 12 o'clock or 5:30. But
Friday nights.
Or Friday night. Yeah, under the lights.
To be honest, I don't mind Friday night. I quite like Friday night.
Yeah,
I like Friday nights under the lights.
Friday night's not too bad. We've got another Friday night coming up, haven't we, this week? So against Preston.
On the week after.
Yeah.
It's a good job. Miles reminded me we're playing at home this Friday. I thought we were away.
We're playing that team where we never win.
Don't want to play that.
Me wandering around Deepdale, nobody there.
Yeah. Talking about fixtures, right? You look at our fixtures this week. So we had Millwall on the Sunday, 12 o'clock. We had Plymouth away, and then we had Stoke away. Plymouth have got 3 home games on the bounce.
Tricky home games, though. Very tricky home games.
How do you work that out? I think they got West Brom, didn't they?
I think one of them must have been around because of the FA Cup.
Ipswich and someone else, but like top table teams, really tough. So we should have won Wednesday. Should have buried them because that's a big point for Plymouth because of the tricky home games they have coming up. We should have buried them.
First half,
that weather didn't help though, did it? The weather was awful, weren't it? I mean, it was awful, that weather, wasn't it? Absolutely.
I couldn't see the first 20 minutes on the screen.
Yeah.
Nor the last.
We could see it.
Who's that?
Jack?
Are you gonna tell her?
That's a big cat walking across your room. It's been Bovril.
I think
at Plymouth, because we were like at ground level, we could see quite clear. But because obviously the cameras are quite above the mist, if you like, that was coming in, that's why you couldn't really see it very well on telly. But we could see it quite clear, couldn't we, Jack? We can see the game quite clear.
Sorry, what? I was
the Plymouth game on about how the weather. We could see it fine.
Yeah, but it was quite misty. I think that's the best way of just describing it. To be honest, was that left hand side? It was really really misty, and tell you what, I've never seen a scoreboard so bright. It was over there blinding me.
It was bright. It was very bright.
Is that why I got a mist?
I'd just like to say about yesterday's game, Ellis Sims's finish was absolutely.
I was going to come on to that. I was going to come on to the rest of the game, Miles. Ellis Sims, fantastic finish, great little first touch ball by O'Hare, wasn't it? We broke the play up. O'Hare won it. Nice little ball into Sims. Bang, 1-0.
Yeah, he took it really well. Yeah, took it really. That's the sort of finishing we've seen him do for Sunderland and things like that, and that's the sort of thing we've been expecting off him. And he's had a few games where he's skied it and things like that, and against Sheffield Wednesday away, he literally miskicked it virtually, and then last weekend he hit one over the bar and against Millwall, and that sort of finish is what we have been expecting from Ellis. And do you know something? He's been getting stronger and stronger each week. And I think Jack's dad, Neil, hit it on the nail last weekend against Millwall. He wasn't doing many shooting practices before kickoff, and probably been told to start throwing his weight around a little bit. And if a chance comes to you, just try and take it, the best you can. And yesterday, his finish was absolutely fantastic, and that is exactly what we wanted from Ellis. And it was just brilliant to see him run behind the goal and celebrate to all you Sky Blue Army. So absolutely amazing.
It was fantastic. And
well done.
Did a little bit of a gee up with the fans. I know he doesn't know.
I actually thought his celebration was interesting compared to is it Plymouth, where he was very muted. Obviously, had that one-on-one, hit it at the keeper, chested it in, and he kind of was like, "Nah, I've just scored." It kind of didn't feel like it meant anything. Whereas yesterday, it was kind of like looking at a different person. And then you saw, I think it was Eccles at the end, tried to then push him around to go back to the crowd and get some more applause.
Yeah, I mean, where are you on that, Wayne? On the Ellis Sims? Do you prefer Ellis Sims or would you prefer Hadji, or do you prefer both playing?
I actually prefer Sims to Wright.
Yeah,
I think Wright yesterday was probably the worst game I've seen him play. I mean, it was like someone was controlling him from a PlayStation controller who'd had 10 cans of beer. It was just all over the place. His touch, his movement. I know he's got 11 goals or something like that. But the jury's still out for me on him. Whereas I think he's got the attributes. I think he's got great pace. But I seriously think he needs to work on his touch, his shooting ability as well. I think he scuffs a lot of the shots as well. I think when he's through on goal, I think he panics a lot. I think even that one-on-one where we were 1-0 up against Norwich and he goes straight through, literally pick any side of the goal for us to go 2-0 up and he scuffs it straight to the keeper. I think Sims is starting to show what we've seen in him originally. I think he's starting to control the ball, hold it up. His movement's better. And I think yesterday we actually seen a proper striker's finish from him. So I think he can only get better. If I had to pick the two, I'd pick Sims over Wright at the minute. And people may think, wow, on that because he hasn't got as many goals. But I think overall ability, I think he's just ahead of Wright at the minute. Jury's still out for me on him.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Wright should have scored at least one yesterday, shouldn't he? I mean, he had some golden opportunity.
He's 7 yards out and he's skying it into row Z. And it's that composure. But I also look at Gyökeres. Back in the day, his composure in front of goal when we first had him was just as
very
bad.
Similar.
He needed 6 or 7 chances to get one. And Wright kind of feels though he's in that category at the minute. But I've said to the lads who I go to the games with, I generally don't think we'll see the best of him till next year.
Yeah.
Well, we'll start to see.
Interesting,
what
but he's only a young lad. He's only a young lad. So got plenty of games ahead of him, if you like. Jack, where's your verdict on Wright, Hadji Wright, or Ellis Sims?
So, after the Stoke game. Yeah. So after the Stoke game, people were phoning up saying Ellis Sims is an informed striker. He's playing out as his man. Okay, scored 2 and 2. Let's not get a little bit carried away here. At the moment, I definitely would have Ellis Sims over Hadji Wright.
Yeah.
Just because I think as a striker, confidence and like Wayne said, having that composure and just confidence in front of goal is so key. Because against Stoke, like watching Hadji was like I could see his mental deteriorating, because when Tavares put in that fabulous cross, by the way, I personally don't think Tavares had a bad game. That's another topic, but Hadji headed it. Did he header it? Yeah, Hadji headed it, and keeper saved it, and then Sims had a pop, and then Callum had a pop. Right, things weren't going Hadji's way, and by the end of the game, when he skied it, his mental went, and I saw reports on the fans forum after. He didn't stay out to clap the fans off. He went straight down the
he did, yeah,
and he looked annoyed. He looked angry. Apparently so, which he should be, but he shouldn't get caught up like that during the game, because you could see he mentally wasn't there. Like, he wasn't trying, like he wasn't pushing, like he almost gave up because things didn't go his way. And we have seen it when he scored, right? Last home match he scored 2, didn't he?
Yeah.
And his confidence was through the roof. He was taking on players game after, right? We saw glimpses, and I was saying that maybe Hadji's finally turned that corner and he's gonna take players on and play with a bit of confidence. And he didn't score last away game, and you could just see his confidence dip, and his mental just goes, and that's his biggest weakness for me, because when he's on, and he'll take players on, bit like Sims. Both of them, it is all about composure with them, but they are both young, and Hadji's come from Turkey, standards not like the championship at all, and players need time to readjust to English football. You know, like we look at Premier League players which have come over from foreign leagues, like Hoyland, for example, and they need time to readjust, a bit like Darwin Núñez. You know,
yeah.
Like, though these aren't the best examples, these foreign players take a season to readjust to English football, because it's a different style of game. You know, that's so just give him time, and we can only hope Hadji comes good, and hopefully Ellis has turned a corner and he'll have some confidence and he'll be slotting them away for us.
Okay, well, fair enough. Okay, well, we're going to talk more about the football. We're going to have a short ad break, and then come back. We've got a load of comments to go through, and then we'll talk more about the match.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Sky Fans TV. We've got a lot of comments to go through in just a minute. We've got guests, Jack, Claudio, and Wayne. We'll come back to them in just a minute. Let's have a look at the latest with George and John, Miles, and the statue, the appeal.
Yep. So the George and John statue appeal, if you want to get donating, if you could please, it would really help. You can donate as little as, £5, or that's not even the price of a pint of beer at the ground. If you want to get across there, put your donations into the account number that's on the screen, or you can go to the GoFundMe page, which is on our YouTube channel, which is in the link and descriptions below. They are currently, it's still stuck at actually 22,226. So they are still just shy of 65,000 they need. So please, if you can spare £5, please donate to the statue appeal. Or, as someone commented to us the other week, why don't you donate £19.87 as it was 1980? So there you go. Please
Fantastic
get
idea.
involved.
Fantastic idea. Loads of comments to go through, haven't we, Miles? I think.
Oh, tons. There must be about 300, I reckon.
I see them in the corner. Of my eye, piling up.
Just the usual. Catty Cads, good evening all. Claudio's sitting very patiently there. Gal 87 is hands up, thumbs up. Wayne says evening all. Luke says evening all. Good evening, Luke. He's been doing a show all day. How are we all? Gal 87. Yeah, we're all good, I think, aren't we, guys? Are we all good?
Yeah, all good.
Oh, yes.
All good. All good. Luke says, good, thanks, mate. Waiting for Watford tickets tomorrow. So Luke's going to Watford. Yeah, if you do want your Watford tickets, they are on sale from 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Janet says, evening all. Nick Lowe, hello. Covandi, evening all. Hope everyone is well. Yes, we are. I tell you what, though, the rain stopped, but it's gone a bit chilly out tonight. So hope you're all wrapping up warm if you haven't got your heating on in the house. Rob Nichols says 51 points, safe from relegation, so I'm feeling great. That's good, isn't it? That is good when you think about it that way. It's it's special, and we're ahead of last year's total as well. So we are on course for the playoffs. So really, really good. Nick Lowe says 7 points out of 9 in 1 week. With 2/3 away games, great return without Sheaf. Yeah, very good. When you think about it, Sheaf's been out now, what is it, 2 weeks? 2.5 weeks?
2.5 weeks,
so he'll be back soon. When you think about it like that, it won't be long till he's back. Nation Radio says, evening all, lost to Ipswich in the 3rd strip. Yeah, they are his fault. Luke, should have spooned with Ken on the coach. Oh, that was you, Jack, when you fell asleep.
What's to say we didn't? Bold of you, seems we didn't.
Blimey. Paul Thomas, evening, guys. Good to see you all back.
What happens in Plymouth stays in Plymouth.
Yeah, really. Is that how it is?
Maybe you two need to travel down on your own next time.
Yeah, maybe. I reckon they do, definitely. Should have stayed the night. Joe Kelly, evening all. Really happy yesterday. Years gone by, they were games that we would have lost, but we stuck at it and grinded out the 3 points. Yes, we certainly did. Cov-Andy, hi Wayne. I'm a Littlewood, but don't think we are related. Are you related, Wayne?
Don't think so, no. Andy doesn't ring a bell, no.
No? Oh, you never know. There's a lot of Littlewoods around, isn't there? Joe Kelly, Tavares looked a bit out of his depth, in his opinion. Catty Cad says a clean sheet at last. Yes, clean sheet in 12, apparently. That was yesterday. So that's nice to get over the line. Cov-Andy, it was nice having a keeper catch the ball instead of punching it. Yes, that wasn't. I did notice that. He does seem to punch it, doesn't he? Or palm it out, Wayne, old Collins, doesn't he?
Yeah, he. I think it was, what was it, the last home game? Not the last one. One before Millwall. I think one was straight down his throat, and he literally palmed it out to the penalty spot. Luckily, I think it was Kitchen who was aware of it. Obviously cleared it, but it was straight at him. But yeah, he seems to struggle catching the ball, Collins. Whereas I think Wilson.
I don't like all this palming out, do you? It's no good. It's no good.
No.
Ben's great, but he makes silly errors. Collins also makes mistakes, but seems stronger, and also with the link with Kitchen and Thomas. Yeah. Well, it's time for them to gel together. If they've got to feel confident, make the keeper feel confident with the two in front of him. Wayne Vaughan, we struggled in midfield when Talk went off. Yeah, we did, but with that comment, Wayne, I think, Claudio, do you think Robbins he just knew that we had it in the bag yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, we're
We're
talking
just
about
strong enough.
the keepers, and really, it was a comfortable game for Ben Wilson. I mean, I know he's catching the ball. Someone made a comment about him catching the ball, but there wasn't much pressure really. I just, like I said earlier, I thought Stoke were weak. They didn't look like they were going to score really, and I think taking Torp off. I mean, I don't know how bad it is, but we had enough in that squad to beat Stoke. Regarding the two forwards, Sims and Wright, the problem is what we paid for them. And I think this is what sticks with fans. When you're looking at a record signing, I know he's got 11 goals, but you expect a bit more around his game. I mean, yesterday he had a touch like a trampoline, didn't he? He's like one of them practice balls they have in that Sky Sports where they try and do the headers and volleys. It was like that, wasn't it? And a couple of times we were really in good positions on the break, and because of the bad control, we're under pressure again. Sims' finish was great. It was similar to what he scored for Everton against Chelsea, wasn't it, last season in the Prem? But regarding my worry now is the midfield, because we're losing too many decent players in midfield. Sheaf, Torp, even Allen for his industry in midfield. We can't afford to lose those players, and it's just at the bad time, isn't it? Just when you really need your strongest midfield.
Yeah,
we just have to see, won't we?
It's the engine we miss with Allen, isn't he? I mean, he's not the most gifted footballer, but his engine is just non-stop. I mean, he's probably got to be the fittest player we have. Yeah,
work rate is 100%
phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, he generally gets a fair bit of stick sometimes as well, but he does do some silly errors every now and again. But so they all. But his work rate is second to none. He's literally like having another O'Hare on the pitch with how much running around he does.
We'll be all right. We got Leon Kelly in the wings. He was warming up yesterday, so we'll be fine.
He was. I thought he was going to come on at one stage. Yeah.
With Tavares, I saw a comment. This is social media, obviously, saying, he's having a dreadful game. He's not good enough. He's not strong enough. And I think I messaged Miles, says, "Have we actually passed him the ball yet?" I don't think he touched the ball hardly. And it was his first start in a championship game. And we're expecting miracles because, like Wayne said, he scored that wonder goal against Preston. But I think it was a tough game to come into, and he deserves a chance.
Yeah, I suppose you can't.
I was going to say, didn't he get a start?
Judge him over one match. Yeah.
In the cup game, he started in the cup game. Wrexham.
Was that the one after Preston? After Preston, where he started? I thought he started the
next
next two.
I got subbed on.
Yeah.
Came on
sub.
Yeah, so
Barnsley as well.
Yeah, so for me, watching it, right? Because I didn't think Tavares had a bad game. I don't think he had a brilliant game. I don't think he had a bad game personally. But what was happening is we kept playing this like over the head through ball, and we were doing it to Sims too. And we are expecting Sims and Tavares to run after these balls, which just are not feasible. They are about 20 yards too much. Tavares is pacey, but the balls that we were providing him were to make him look bad. Well, they weren't to make him look bad, but they made him look bad. It wasn't fair on the kid, to be honest. When he's on the ball, I don't think he's bad. He put in a brilliant cross, which set up nearly a goal. If Hadji, Sims, and Callum could have finished it, and he was taking players on and passed it off. I personally think he deserves at least the 70-minute sub next game, personally, or at least a start for the Maidstone game. Why not? Because I don't think he's this terrible player which people make him out. I just think the service he was given and Sims was quite poor.
I was going to say, I don't think he's terrible. I just don't think this is his level. I think he's too lightweight. I don't think he's got the pace to do it. I think he certainly needs to get his backside in the gym and bulk up, because when he was trying to run past players yesterday, it was, you know, they were brushing him off the ball too easy. For me, I think out of the strikers we've got, he's at the bottom. You know, I think if we want to progress, you know, whether we go up this year or whether we hit the playoffs the following year, for me, Tavares is not the answer. And if the other strikers get injured and we have to rely on him for a significant period of time, I think it then comes down to the midfield having to chip in with the goals, because personally, I don't see him getting hardly anything for us.
Versus Stoke, though, we didn't see him utilize his pace, because the service that he was given was ridiculous, because the players know he's pacey, but they're giving him balls which are just that bit too far. Personally, I don't see where this criticism is like coming from, not just from you, but from others, because I don't think he had a bad game. He is young. He is 20 days younger than Sims. Our forward three are very young, and Sims is growing, but Sims has had a lot more game time and a lot more first team football than Tavares. Tavares has had 5 minutes against Preston. He's been subbed on a couple times. He had a game against Wrexham where he got injured immediately, and he's just come back from an injury. We have to try him out. We have to give him time, because we know he's pacey. We know what he's capable with the under 23s. Why not? Like,
you could also say without, we all thought that in the 23s, was it Ponticelli?
Yeah, Jordan Ponticelli.
Stop scoring. Put him in the first team. And that's what I think with Tavares. Tavares is another Ponticelli in the making. That's what I think. And I think if he hadn't have come through the academy, if it was someone who would bought in on loan, or we've got on loan from Premier League or anything like that now, based on, I know we've only seen him a few times, but I think based on that, I think we'd be ripping him to shreds. But because he's come through the academy, scored goals in the 23s, we give him that little bit of leeway. But I think it is a Ponticelli, and I think it is a League One or League Two for him. But others see it differently. That's the beauty of debating it.
See, I'm not debating Tavares shouldn't go out on loan, because I think a League One loan to, let's say, Portsmouth, like we did with Tyler Walker, would be absolutely perfect for him. And maybe with Efren Mason-Clark coming in, now we have another winger, because Tavares has previously been played on the left wing. Maybe we then have the numbers to loan him out, see what he's all about. You know, when Sims was at Everton, he's had loan spells, and that's why we bought him, because he performed on loan. But Tavares hasn't been given that same opportunity yet. I just don't think he's done anything particularly bad yet to warrant, he's not there. I personally think jury's still out. Personally, I think he could be a Ponticelli, but I also think he could be a good forward for us. But he needs the game time.
Do you think we didn't send him out on loan because we couldn't sign another striker in that window? Because obviously we signed that player from Peterborough who went back as a loan deal. Can we call him now? Can we call him back? Because we're short in midfield and stuff. It'd be good if we could call him back. Because ever since he signed, they haven't won a game since he signed for us.
Has he still playing? Is he playing for Peterborough still?
Yeah. So do you think we didn't send him out on loan? And I agree what you're saying, Wayne. I agree what you're saying, Jack, as well. About he's got to go in the gym, he's got to build himself up, and you know he has got a little bit of criticism. He probably doesn't deserve it because of the game he was thrown into yesterday. But you know, look at O'Hare. How we were saying how O'Hare had to change his game if he came back after this injury. He built himself up in the gym. When he come back, everyone went, "Bloody hell, has he been on the beers all bloody and stuff like that?" But now you can see that he hardly gets bossed off the ball now. He runs into that box. He doesn't get bossed off the ball. So do you think that Tavares, if he built himself up, he'll become a little dynamite where no one can boss him off the ball?
Yeah.
But my question is, do you think we didn't send him out alone because we couldn't sign another striker?
Yeah, so with the numbers, we have Ellis, Hadji, Godden, Tavares, right? So if one of them gets injured, let's say Godden comes in, and Godden's injury prone, as we all know, then Tavares has got to fit in, or we play a two up front, change our system up. So I definitely think there's an element of that. Also with Callum O'Hare coming back so strong, and this also goes back to my point of Tavares' service. The service that he was given being poor. So I think, right, that there's a bit of a lack of trust between the team and him, because quite a lot of the time when he was on the ball, players would drift over to him rather than stay central, and it felt like they didn't trust him to do his job, such as at the very tail end of the game, he made a break down the right hand side. Callum should have gone in the box in the mixer, but he took it straight off him and then almost made him redundant. Maybe it's just because he's a young player coming up, but I do think that the team doesn't know how he plays yet, and there is a lack of trust. And I do think the service that he has been given during that Stoke game just wasn't there. So I don't think it's fair to judge him yet. I hope he gets the full 90 versus Maidstone, because I think that would do him a world of good, just so we can see what he's about. You know, that's all we need to do. Like, jury's still out. We clearly know his finishing's there. We know he's pacey, but he needs to bulk up, and he needs game time. I'm going round in circles now, but that's all it is with Fabio. You know, okay. I think he could be brilliant. That's all.
Well, it'd be interesting. Look, the jury's still out. I think that's a decision. We haven't seen enough of him. I haven't seen enough of him to make a decision, to be honest. But he looked good at times, but
big Tavares fan. Can you tell?
His injury was more career threatening than Callum O'Hare's. Achilles tendon. That could be a career over. I don't think the club are going to risk him in League One or League Two to make his recovery playing, because he's going to get absolutely battered. You know, I think they want to keep him. I think they're keeping him close because they want to look after him to get him. And he may go out on loan next season, but I think they didn't want to risk him. Plus, we haven't got the numbers to let him go out.
And I think possibly what Miles said, we failed to sign another striker, so I think we're a bit low on the squad numbers. So I think Robbins decided to keep hold of him. I think that was probably a wise decision, like he did with Liam Kelly, who could have easily gone out on loan as well. We've got loads more comments, haven't we, Miles?
We have. We're stats out tonight. Disagree with the statement on Tavares. If you look at the ball, he put in the first goal opportunity was great, and the balls that the others were sending in weren't that great. That was from Kano Tomo. That's Jack's dad.
Why watch the match with, can't you? Yeah, I said you can tell who I watched the match with, can't you? Exact same view, you know.
Keno Thomas says stretched him too far, making him not great. David Granigan says, Luke's come in and said, again, Sims shows what he can do when the ball is fed to him properly. Torp is starting to feed like Gus did. Yeah, absolutely brilliant, old Torp is. Best game Sims has played for us. Yeah, definitely agree with that, even though I watched on telly. Hector, not playing great past few weeks, but getting points. That's all that matters. It don't matter how you get there. Remember Arsenal always winning 1-0? Bit boring or what? Tavares is Quality Nation Radio. David Granigan, hopefully this is now a turning point in the season for Sims. Let's hope so, because he definitely looked good. He's looked good the last few games, I think, when he's been on. Nation Radio says that he's a striker playing on the wing. That's Tavares. Yeah, we know that. That's why we bought this winger from Peterborough, but we're not allowed him. Wayne's right. We are missing Sheaf massively. He frees up O'Hare. Yeah, O'Hare's having to change his game a little bit, I noticed yesterday. He's been coming a lot deeper and picking the ball up and running with it, which has been, he's done a great job of that, to be honest with him. Let's give Fabio some game time and see what he can do. We have a reasonable run if games come in. What's that? Games coming back West Brom. Oh, batter West Brom. Yeah, we'll batter West Brom. We'll be. Alf Wiggins says, good evening all. Bella Taylor, evening all. Flipping at all these messages. Sims needs to be given extensive run as a striker. He will come good. Even if he doesn't score, he's young, so he'll run around all game and create the press far better than other options. Alan Arkins, good evening all. Rob Nichols says, evening, Claudio.
Oh, evening, Rob, yeah.
Luke says Bob Marley was disappointing. Scott says, tough game yesterday and glad Sims got another goal. Hopefully that's more confidence in him, in his game, leading to Preston on Friday night. I'm dreading this Preston game. Any update on Talk? No.
No update.
No update. Just says he's got a poorly calf. Talk was walking around the pitch, not showing any signs of injury after the game. Okay, brilliant, Rob. Thank you for that. Alan Arkins says, was looking at the teams around us running of games. West Bromwich Albion have the toughest of games, but Norwich not so much. And they are on a good run of form too. Yeah, well, we've just got to keep them at bay. Glenn Watkins, Leeds will be on a Saturday as it's not likely to be moved to another day as we have Southampton midweek. Hector at Alan agree. Norwich looking good and a favourable running could have done in beating them. Well, yeah, we could have done, but we had a player sent off, and that's it. That's how that game goes, doesn't it? Alan Arkin, please God, we beat this bogey team on Friday. I'm dreading Friday. I'm DJing now, so that'll cheer me up. I don't like night games when I'm working nights. Yeah, Luke's having to miss this Friday because they changed the game to the Friday, which means he misses it because he's got to work now. And Gower87 probably have even less Saturday home games if we were in the Prem. Yes, we would, definitely. Covandy, it's a pain in the arse not having Saturday games living down in Pompey. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Don't forget, Cov, Andy, if you can't get Southampton tickets, let me know. Catty Cads, hate midweek night games, low gates as people can't move their jobs around matches being changed. Yeah, it is hard. I mean, I'm lucky because I finish at 4, so it works quite well for me. What about you, Wayne? How does it work for you, these midweek games?
Home games, no problem at all. My job is I work from home, so it's nice and easy for me, and I'm 5 minutes away from the arena, so yeah, I don't miss them.
Cool. We'll have to come and park on your drive then. We'll be all right. Hector, we could do West Brom getting dragged into the mix of teams pushing for the promotion spots. I'd like Plymouth to beat them. I really would. Is that this week? Is that this week? Midweek, that game, isn't it?
I think it is.
I'm sure that's midweek. I think that's their game. Ralph Riggins, if we have any more injuries in midfield, I would think Binks would do the job. He's a class football player. I tell you what, talking about Binks, Ken, yes. Binks is really, he is a good player, isn't he?
Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised he played Saturday because I thought he would have kept Kitchen in, but he put Kitchen on the bench and brought Binks in, which is fine because Binks has covered really well any time he's been called upon, and he is a fantastic footballer. So I've no doubt about him at all. And yeah, he could possibly play in the other positions. I mean, it's worth giving it a go. Maybe he might have to. Hopefully, he won't have to do it, but he may have to do it. But you can tell he's a good footballer. He's got a good football brain, hasn't he?
Bit of a hoof merchant, though, isn't he, Binks? Like when he is under serious pressure, he just hoofs the ball out and hopes.
Sometimes that's the best way. If not in doubt, get it out. That's what I say.
If in doubt, get it out.
Yeah, but
in all fairness,
it's right, Jack.
yesterday,
If in doubt, kick it out, man. Get it on.
in all fairness, yesterday, with about 2 minutes to go, De Silva and Palmer were prattling about with the ball, and I was going, just kick it out. What are you doing step overs?
Yeah.
At times it's needed. I love a bit of hoofball.
Yeah, and sometimes it leads to a goal, doesn't it?
But it's
1-0 up,
but
mate.
it's not
1-0 up.
But it's not the
on
sexy football. It's not the sexy football.
No, but you can't play sexy football every game, and even the best teams in the world. You've got to scrape out a draw or win sometimes. Play ugly sometimes.
Wayne, Luke likes your PlayStation controller, right? And I reckon, you mentioned about PlayStation controller about Sims yesterday. Yeah. I reckon he must have had stick drift. That's why he kept losing. Leave right on the left. Sure, we don't want to keep him on the right. Boom. Boom. Sorry, couldn't resist that one. Catty Cads agree. I was off for Preston North End game. Now it's changed. I can't go. Luckily, I have my season ticket, but I feel for those that are buying tickets and also booking trains, coaches, etc. But Sky don't care. No, did you hear what the Leeds fans were singing yesterday? It was quite funny. Will pointed it out to me, but they were singing a song about Sky TV yesterday. Ian Pimlott, Ellis is the future for City. Hadji should be slightly better than he has been, but both are now putting a shift in, and slowly they are coming along. Sims needs a run of games from Lee Beckett. And Alan Harkins says, what about Tavares, lads? What did you think of his performance yesterday? First start in nearly a year. Yeah, we've had a little touch on that. We're all
Alan, how long have you got?
We're all like up here, down there, whatever. Yeah, so yeah, we've really touched on Tavares. Throw this into the mix. Our midfield carry us into the playoffs and we win. Obviously, a big spend in the summer, but would our strikers be up for the Premier League games?
No.
No.
I think if we had Big Vic, yeah, we'd be happy days, wouldn't it? Wayne Vaughan, for some reason, Hadji looked knackered towards the end. It's that travel, just travelling, man. It does take you out of you. Would love us to get share from QPR if O'Hare goes at the end of the season.
Ilias Chair is a great shout.
O'Hare's staying.
Good player,
He's staying.
I just feel if we go up, I think O'Hare will stay.
Just look at old Hamer. 5-0 today.
I think O'Hare's 5-0. I think he knows where he's going already.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think he does. I think obviously if we go up, then I'll stay. But I think as a contingency, I think he knows where he's going, and I think he's got something lined up. And if he goes on a free, it's quite simple that he can command that wage or whatever he is worth in his wage packet, and he will treble his wages, probably even quadruple easy. So I think he knows where he's going.
And get a large signing on fee, technically, as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he went somewhere like Leicester or Wolves are the two that I think he'll go to.
No. Hopefully not Leicester.
No, bugger off. He ain't going to Leicester. I'll never talk to him ever again if he goes to Leicester. Bob Nichols, in the Wilson or Collins debate, I really don't think there is much between them. As I suggest on YouTube live stream game of rock, paper, scissors to decide who is in goal. Excuse me, who is in goal the Western game.
Brilliant.
That's a good idea. Rock, paper, scissors. Yeah, we'll have that. Nation Radio says good evening to Jim Dale. Cool. These comments are really coming in. I trust Latabodier in the middle with Eccles until Sheaf and Torp are back. Yeah, Latabodier's class, man. I absolutely think he is some player. He really is. It takes him about 10 minutes to get into a game. But once he gets into the game and he starts getting up to the pace of it, he is absolutely fantastic. Exactly. Wayne, imagine Tavares with the build of Palmer.
Wow.
Yeah, very good. Wayne Vaughan, they were both injured at the same time, so should have been training in the gym together. Well, apparently
they were.
They were.
Yeah, they
were.
were. So, yeah, they must have been on smaller weights, probably. Alan Arkin, Wayne made a good point about Tavares. Eccles was the same before. We've been easily pushed off the ball, but obviously worked more on his physical strength, which has improved him as a player. That is true. Eccles has become a fantastic midfielder, and he's only getting better and better. He's going to learn all the time from Sheaf and Torp, isn't he? I think we're looking good. Bortwell, Callum will stay off. Will stay off to Wembley again. Good, Wayne SA. Yeah, imagine we go Wembley 3 times this season. Be brilliant, wouldn't it? Webby Sports Roundup, Tenerife Webby on.
Evening, Webby.
Good evening, Webby from lovely Tenerife. We're getting there. We're near the end. Can't believe the cheek of Stoke, Miles. They even pinched spot the ball on the big screen board before the game. Well, it's just not on. I'm copywriting it. They can't have it. I'm gonna sue them now. That's it. I'm gonna sue them. Webby says, bring on Preston. Assassins Unite, Coventry 3, Preston 0. I watch every game in Tenerife. That's from Rebby. Good lad, Rebby. Lee Beckett, how big is his drive? How big's your drive, Wayne?
They get 4 cars on here, maybe 5.
Brilliant.
I bet they're all booked up on match days, aren't they, Wayne?
No, I live in Philongly, but I literally live at the back of Corley Services, and because obviously you can through Corley Services, it's nice and easy. So it's literally a couple of minutes.
Oh, so we can't walk then?
No, you can't walk.
No, it's not walking.
What is it? 5 minutes away from the ground, walking.
Driving.
Unbelievable. Paul Hughes. Evening, all great results Saturday. Yes, it was, Paul. Absolutely brilliant. I think this is meant to say Binks is good, but yeah, Binks is good, but give him ball away a few times.
Because he's a hoof merchant.
All the game, they gave it all of them yesterday. Paul Hughes, and no one has ever scored from Rosed. Don't matter. It's out. You 1-0 up, get rid of it.
Yeah.
Paul Cadden, good evening. Paul, front 3 against Stoke weren't great. Tavares offered nothing. Wright looks like he can't make a decision. Sims, I think he's just lacking confidence. I was going to say about Wright, when he gets all that ball and he's going forward, he stops and he doesn't know what to do with it half the time. Assassins Unite, the squad are starting to gel now. All are getting game time and all are contributing. Also, Binks, apart from they're all City players, the future is bright. Yes, apart from Binks, one lone player. You can't believe it, can you? Kilford, is that Kilford Donna, Wayne? SA, 8 years.
Right, okay.
Is that aimed at you, Wayne?
Not a clue. Even I'm lost at that one.
I think it might be his postcode. I think he wants someone to ship him a kebab.
That's probably the person who's controlling the PlayStation control and having 10 cameras.
Stick drift. Paul Carroll says Colin makes me nervous. That's what I said. He makes me nervous. FA Cup on Monday. I know Maidstone are 5 divisions below us, and we should beat them. But I still find it a little. What's that? Devious.
Yeah,
Devious of them.
No.
Get their Saturday game.
Maidstone
Yeah, they've cancelled the game.
They're playing at all. They're not playing at all.
Cheeky.
Whereas we're playing Friday.
But they're playing,
we can
aren't they
say-
playing during the week?
No, they've cancelled all games.
Can't we say our pitch is waterlogged Friday? Wembley need spirit of 87. That's Catty Cads. Start Tavares against Maidstone. Yep, we've already been talking about that one. Ex-Cov player Graham Whitty over here in Tenerife. Oh, yeah. Oh, Webby, ask him if he wants to come on and have a chat with us, will you please, mate? That'd be great if you could ask him. My good ball. Don't know that one. Hadji is not a natural goal scorer. That's from Paul. And Webby says, pal. Oh, my good pal. I was going to say, okay, got you now. Brilliant. Right, that's all the comments. Right, do you want to talk to Wayne and Jack about their events then?
No, we've got a couple of things that have been going on, a couple of events going on. Before we go and round up, we're going to just talk to Jack first about his boxing event that's going on. Go on and Jack, tell us all about it and when it is and where it is and how much it's going to cost, etc.
Okay, so if you think that I've been chatting a load of absolute waffle, this is probably why. Because I am doing a charity mixed martial arts fight, raising money for the National Rheumatoid Arthritis Society, which is a type of arthritis which my mother suffers with. So I'm doing it, raising money for her. So what mixed martial arts is for those that don't know is it's a mix of everything. So you can kick, you can punch, you can wrestle, you can grapple, you can choke people out. So it's a bit of everything, and it's really exciting because shots, punches can come from all different kind of angles, and it's smaller gloves than pro boxing gloves. So I think I'm fighting with 6-ounce gloves, which are 4 ounces lighter than the professional boxers. So it's more likely to end in a knockout, stuff like that. And it's happening April 13th at the Rialto Plaza in Coventry. Tickets went on sale Friday, 16th of February. I will quickly post the ticket link and the National Rheumatoid Arthritis fundraiser in the YouTube and Facebook chats. If you want to get tickets, it is greatly welcomed because it is all going to charity, so it's all going to a brilliant cause. And if you can't come because it is the same day as the Birmingham match, I have left a fundraiser link there, and any penny goes again towards charity and is greatly appreciated.
Okay, thanks very much. I'm sure we'll all look into that, and I think a couple of us will be going there anyway, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, so
sorry, go on.
hello.
Can I ask him a question?
Yeah, go on.
What made you get into this, Jack? What made you like want to try and just be, punched black and blue?
So I have the kind of mentality where it's all or nothing, basically. And during COVID, I piled on a load of weight. I got up to 135 kilo, which is absolutely massive, right? And when COVID finished, I started boxing, and I got down to around 95 kilo. So still a bit tubby, but it's a brilliant weight loss. And then college kind of got all in the way, so I didn't really continue. I kind of dwindled off. Now I've finished college, and I realized for me to lose weight, get healthier, I can't go to a weights gym because I'm not self-motivated, and I need something that basically takes over my whole life. For a martial art, you have to eat healthy because you have to eat to train, and you have to go to training, and every single session I am learning something new, working on different techniques, rather than if I'm going in a standard weights gym, I am just lifting weights, stuff like that. And I don't want to be the power lifter, the next Eddie Hall. I just want to get fitter. So for me, martial arts was the way to do that, because it's discipline, and it's the kind of discipline that I need in my life. So when I finished college, I finished in June, and I have consistently been training since then, working on stand-up kickboxing and wrestling and jiu-jitsu. So that's all like ground game, choking people out, breaking joints. I know it sounds horrible, but it's brilliant sport. And I decided around December time, because a friend of mine did the exact same charity match, that I needed something to keep me going, keep me accountable. So what's the best way of doing that? Putting my name to paper and go, hey, on this date I am gonna be at 84 kilo, 185 pounds, and I am gonna fight. And when I started, I was 120 kilos, so put the weight back on, and I'm currently sitting at 93 kilo. So I've lost it all again, and I have 10 more kilo to go. So not only am I raising money for a great cause, it has improved my life in many ways, mentally, physically, and I've lost all that weight which I worked so hard on after COVID, and then the college Mackies happened and stuff like that. But we ignore that. I am back on track, and I'm the healthiest that I've been, running 5Ks about 3-4 times per week, training every evening, and I'm just working really hard, and I'm focused, locked in, and the fight, it'll be a scene. It'll be a mad scene. You will see a finish. It will not go to points. You will see a knockout, or you will see a submission. I'm telling you now.
Right.
And your diet, your diet is it the same as footballers, or is it different?
Yeah, very, very similar. So it's a protein carb-based diet. So you want protein for course recovery, build a bit of muscle, but also protein is what keeps you full up. With the carbs, you have to watch. So carbs are good if you are training, because it gives you the energy to then train, which is why before a match you tend to see footballers having like pasta, rice, lasagna sort of thing, because it gives them that energy throughout the game. So I tend to have protein-based diets like lunchtime, breakfast time, and then before I train, that is when I carb up, and I then have the energy to train, and I do three sessions per night. So 2 are 1 hour sessions, and then 1 is a more like advanced competition, 1.5 hour session. So 3.5 hours every night in total. Kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, I do it all. So eating is really crucial, and it's really important to manage when you have those carbs. Otherwise you'll put on the weight, you'll put some fat, because carbs become sugar, and sugar's energy. So if you don't use that energy, then you put on weight. So yeah, it's exactly like a footballer.
And anyone who wants to come and join you and get involved with it, where can they go and do all this?
So I am currently training at Lines Mixed Martial Arts, which is the Gracie Borough gym in Coventry. Gracie Borough is the main Brazilian jiu-jitsu system, and it all stems from the Gracie family, which took Japanese jiu-jitsu, which is all like ground like wrestling, so that's all the choking out, the like arm bars, shoulder breaks, that's all Japanese jiu-jitsu, but they combined it with judo, which is all the throwing people, taking people down, and then it became Gracie Barra Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is basically judo and ground wrestling, stuff like that. So it's a really good gym, and it's the only Gracie Barra gym in Coventry. So if you want to find a good mixed martial arts gym to learn striking, grappling, it is Lions Gym, which is right by Far Gosford Street, just off there by the border of Sky Blue Way area. Really good gym. Coaches are really talented. We have UFC connections, and the coaches all fight, and they are all professionals. And with the UFC connections, I have an inter-club spar next Sunday. So an inter-club is basically the MMA version of like a football friendly match, and that is over at Renegade Gym, which is the home gym of the UFC welterweight champion Leon Edwards. So I'm there next week, and that's all in prep for my fight come April. So that's an opportunity which I have been given through training at Lions. And if you want to get in the best shape of your life, I would strongly recommend a martial art. There is nothing like it. If you don't fancy getting punched, kicked about, look at Brazilian jiu-jitsu, because it is all like wrestling, grappling, and there's no cardio like it. I'm telling you now, and it's like a game of chess, because you get put in these weird scrambles, and you have to try and work out like whether a choke's free, whether you can take an arm, wrist locks. It's a mental battle more than a physical battle. I tell you now, you are knackered by the end of it.
And give us one more plug on where you can buy the tickets from, mate.
So you can buy the tickets from the Ultra MMA link, which is posted below here. So the standard tickets are £26. Nearer to the event, they do slightly go up in price, I think to 30 by the week or a couple of weeks before. So if you do want to get tickets, get in there now. I believe there are still VIP tables available. These do sell out quickly. These sit 10, and they do work out to around £45 per head, and these are cage side seats, so it is the best view in the whole house. And there is over 30 fights on that night, so it's a brilliant night and full of entertainment, full of action, and it's all raising money for charity.
Yeah, Nation Radio has just put up here the Blues Gang, the late Barrington Patterson did kickboxing. There you go. There you are. Well done, Jack. Brilliant stuff.
Well, I hope you all got that in and all the information he's got there. If you do need any more information, you can contact Jack or contact us and we can put you in touch with him. And hopefully we'll be there to see his fight as well after coming back from our trip to Birmingham. We can hopefully make it. Now, we have got somebody else who's got a good charity going on event. Wayne, tell us all about your fantastic charity, which takes place every year at my local at the Walsgrave. Tell us all about it, basically, what it's in aid of and when it happens.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Thank you. So it is April 20th is the next night at the Walsgrave Pub. So we're raising money for a charity called Nerve Tumours UK. So it's for children that, like my little boy has, he's autistic, has learning difficulties, brain tumours, various other tumours that you get all around your body. So I signed up for the Abbott's World Series to run marathons all around the world. So they consist of London, Berlin, Tokyo, New York, and Boston. And I've got New York and Boston left to do. So yeah, the charity night is where we get all our hotels who we work for. So with our little side business, we work with about 15 different hotels. So they all provide prizes such as overnight stays with spas, afternoon teas, pretty much everything. Then we get Coombe Abbey, for example, will give us a night in their grand feature room, 3-course meal. We auction various prizes off as well. So I think every year we raise between £1,500, £2,000 a night. As you know, Ken, you've always been to
I've been there.
it's a bloody good night. Yeah. So next one is the April 20th. Starts at 7:30. So yeah, we'll probably have 15, 20 raffle prizes that will all consist of hotel stays, afternoon teas, spa days, various things like that. So and then I'm hopefully next marathon will be New York in November. So I return to, because I've just had keyhole surgery on my hip, unfortunately. So this will be the first London marathon I've missed, first one in 10 years. So this April. So I'll start running again in June, and hoping that I can get fit for November and fly out to New York. But I generally only do it because I just like getting away from the wife. That's generally it. It's just peace and quiet. So travel on my own, and it's 5 days of pure bliss.
I hear she pays the ticket, Wayne.
Hey?
I hear she pays the ticket.
she loves it when I go away. As long as I leave my bank card, she don't care.
Fantastic charity it is, and it's a really good night. I've been there on the last couple, and it's been really good. And I was going to play the music for you as well. I'll put my DJ disco on that for you that night, no charge whatsoever, and hopefully it'll be a good night. Yeah,
it will be. It'll be a good crack. It's usually a busy night. I think we've been doing it for about 8 years now at the Walsgrave.
Yeah.
So
full house normally, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it's a good old crack.
Get there early to get a seat. It's really good. Yes.
Locally, locally. I mean, there's one behind me, the flag here by Ross, who supplies lots of people with flags. His brother, Danny,
you've got to get rid of that
flag. His brother, Danny Quartermain, is facing Alex Ratt on the 9th of March at the Sky Dome. There it is, for the IBF European Super Featherweight title.
All right.
And I know a lot of Sky Blue fans have been supporting him over the years, and that's quite a hell of an achievement. He was at school with my daughter. Get the words out. He was at school with my daughter, and his brother Ross is a good mate of Luca's, and they're all City fans. So
should be good. Yeah, it's great, and that's two great charities that we can support, and I'll hopefully be at both events. So hopefully you can raise a lot of money as well for both of them charities. Fantastic. Okay, I just wanted to quickly get your opinion on the man of the match for Saturday. I know we ran out of time a little bit. My man of the match Saturday, I was there, and I thought Bobby Thomas was outstanding at the back for me. It wasn't a great game. One of them games where not a lot happened apart from the goal. But Bobby Thomas, I thought, was fantastic. He had a bit of a nightmare against Plymouth, as we all know. He went diving in for tackling, and they scored, and a couple of nightmare decisions. But he came back, played brilliantly, I thought, on Saturday. Claudio, who would you say your man of the match was on Saturday?
Bobby Thomas, just for one of the tackles he did during the game, where he put everything into it, and he had to be, didn't he? We had to be solid at the back, I think, on Saturday. And to be honest, out of all our signings, I think they're all done okay, haven't they? Obviously some are up here and some are still down here a bit, but we haven't done too badly, and he's one of the better ones, definitely. Yeah,
Wayne, man of the match for you?
Yeah, a toss up between Thomas and Sims, but I think Thomas just pinched it, and I think it was for especially that in the second half, midway through, where he just lunged into that tackle and just gave it everything. I thought he commanded the line well. But yeah, he did have a nightmare against Plymouth, and I think he showed that he can bounce back after a bad game. So I think for that reason, I'd give it to Thomas, but only just over Sims.
Yeah, fair enough. Jack?
Fabio Tavares. No, joking.
Don't you dare.
So Bobby Thomas had a great game for such a young centre half. He's got such a cool head when he wins that ball, and his composure for such a young defender is incredible. So it's got to be him, or like Wayne mentioned, Sims had a good game. So best we've seen him play for City. So
yeah. So you're going to go with him? Okay. Got a couple of messages. Good luck, Jack, says Covandy.
Thank you.
And then Wayne Vaughan says all the best, Wayne. Sasha Maidstone play tomorrow, or do they? I thought they had their game called.
They do play tomorrow, yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So they are playing at least one game.
That's interesting because I'm on a podcast with a Maidstone fan tomorrow night. Actually, they're playing away. They're playing away though. So
they're playing away.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We seem to have lost Miles, but
he's had to go.
He's had to go. Okay. Well, I'll finish the show off then. I'm not sure if he's going to press the button, but I'll press it anyway. Been a great show. Thanks very much to our guests. Thank you, Claudio, as normal.
Yeah, well, I'd just like to say the film I went to see has just won the Best British Film BAFTA award.
Oh, is it?
It's a bit weird because it's all in German.
Fix anyway.
It's all in German with English subtitles.
Are you on commission to promote it?
No. The reason I went was because I think my wife teaches German, so she's headed to languages. So she could sit there and watch it perfectly easily, and I had to, of course, had to read the subtitles. But it's one best film, and I'm baffled. I am baffled at that.
Yeah,
it's a bit arty, and yeah.
Oh well, so you're not recommending it to anybody then?
It's yeah.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Wayne, thanks very much for coming on. Nice
Pleasure.
to see to the comments. Although I knew you anyway, but a lot of people know what you look like now, so they can put a face to a comment.
Yeah,
when you do make
that'll be interesting at the next home game when they see me. They'll be like, there's that guy from the forum.
And Jack, thank you very much as normal.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Letting me spout my propaganda.
Well, obviously, yes. We've got to do that. Right, that's about it. I think we've run out of time. We had loads of comments tonight, loads of fun stuff to talk about. Preston are next up at the CBS on Friday. Yes, Friday night. Not playing Saturday, Friday night. Then, of course, the FA Cup on Monday against Maidstone. We'll be back. Our next live show will be on Thursday evening with Miles. So hopefully you can join us then at 7:30. So a very good night to you all, and thanks very much for joining us. And a big play up Sky Blues to us all.
Play up Sky Blues.
Play up Sky Blues.
Good night.
Sky Blue Fans TV, for the fans, by the fans.